Good evening from San Ignacio Town. With the 9 o'clock news, I am Patrick Jones. In the headlines, cargo truck spills hundreds of sacks of cement in crash at the Iguana Creek Bridge. Early morning fire in San Ignacio Guts restaurant on West Street, and newly promoted police corporals undergo professional development training. Stay tuned for details of these and other stories coming up after these messages.
That deals only happen once a year or only on special occasions. Walk into any one of our central TV and internet offices to get free installation, free modems, and free MyTV subscriptions. Visit us whether you're in Belize City, Belmopan, San Ignacio, or Benque, or give us a call toll-free at 0800 Cable TV. Central TV and Internet. Bundle and save.
Bundle and save. Central TV and Internet.
Here now is the news in details. There were 3 separate road traffic accidents in the last 24 hours, 2 in the Cayo district and 1 in the Orange Walk district. We begin with the latest one, which happened this morning at the Iguana Creek Bridge. Just after 7 o'clock this morning, a cargo truck coming from the north was heading to Spanish Lookout laden with a load of hundreds of sacks of cement. But as the truck came around the curve on the approach to the bridge, it went out of control and overturned, spilling the cargo on the roadside and in the Belize River. When TNT News visited the scene today, the truck had already been removed from the side of the bridge, allowing for the free flow of traffic. 2 people in the truck were taken to the Western Regional Hospital for medical attention, but indications are that their injuries are not life-threatening. According to information received, the truck with Corozal license plates was going to deliver the load of cement in Spanish Lookout when the incident happened. Investigations continue. An Orange Walk woman was killed in a traffic accident on Wednesday evening on the San Felipe Road. The victim has been identified as 55-year-old Elba Concepcion Gongora. According to police reports, Gongora was driving her SUV from August Pine Ridge to San Felipe when she lost control and overturned. 2 passengers traveling with Gongora sustained injuries. They have been identified as 47-year-old Luis Briceño, who sustained a fractured left leg, and 36-year-old Amalia Cocom, who suffered abrasions to her feet and bruises to her body. The body of Elba Gongora now lies at the morgue at the Northern Regional Hospital, where it awaits a post-mortem examination. Police investigations continue. 5 people were injured in a traffic accident on the George Price Highway just outside of San Ignacio Town on Wednesday afternoon. Police say that they were alerted of the incident around 4:30 yesterday afternoon. It involved a car and a pickup truck, both of which were heading towards Benqueviejo del Carmen. Police say that the driver of the car, Customs Officer 29-year-old William Sanchez, reported to them that he was behind a pickup truck when he observed the brake light on the vehicle ahead of him come on. Realizing that he would hit the pickup truck, Sanchez says he swerved to the left but still collided into the pickup truck, lost control, and ran into a ditch at the side of the road. Police say that as Sanchez's car ran off the road, he hit 18-year-old Juan Garcia, who was standing on the side of the road. Garcia received injuries to his left shoulder and both feet. 20-year-old Marilyn de la Fuente, who was traveling with William Sanchez, complained of pain to her chest, right arm, and leg. Sanchez suffered a cut to the center of his head and complained of chest pain and injuries to the right hand and left knee. The driver of the pickup truck, 48-year-old Orlando Tut, received injuries to his left hand, right foot, and left shoulder. He also complained of pain to the neck and back. Tut's common-law wife, Ann Taibo, received an injury to the left foot and complained of pain to the side of the head and to the right temple. Police have issued a notice of intended prosecution to William Sanchez. An investigation of the incident continues. A Guatemalan national is in custody, and Benqueviejo del Carmen police, with the help of the Policía Nacional Civil, have recovered a vehicle that was stolen on Wednesday in Belize. Police say that taxi driver 21-year-old Idras Chanek reported that he picked up two fares who wanted to go to Bully Tree Falls Village. But as he turned onto the Kaya Creek Road, Chanek says he was ordered to stop, and the two men seated in the back of the car held an object to his neck and also to the neck of a friend who was traveling with him. They were both robbed of their personal belongings, including cell phones. Chanek and his friend managed to escape unharmed, and the two robbers took off in the taxi cab and made their way across the border into Guatemala. Police say that with the assistance of the Guatemalan National Police, the vehicle was recovered along with one of the suspects. The Police Training Academy in Belmopan has been busy the last couple of weeks providing professional development training for newly promoted corporals. Close to 200 men and women who went from police constables to corporals of police are being trained on what their new rank requires of them. Corporal Stacy Smith is one of the trainees, and she spoke with TNC News about the training.
This newly promoted NCO's course basically is about equipping the newly promoted officers with the skills to lead and familiarizing them with the terms of reference as to what is expected of them.
And tell me some of the things that they're telling you now that is expected of you as a promoted officer.
Well, they speak about the do's and don'ts, what we are authorized to do as NCOs, because we're no longer constables. So there's a different job role that comes on at that. And they're also enforcing on developing leadership skills, leadership group dynamics, because you need to be efficient and effective leaders in order to motivate those persons who are your followers, who will be under your command.
Now, what would you like to say to the public that you serve and that you work with now that you're a newly promoted officer?
Well, I'm very thankful for the promotion first and foremost, because it's something that I have set my mind on ever since enlisting back in 2007. And since then, I have noticed that the department continues to transition in a more community-friendly way. And it is enforcing or trying to inspire more officers to become more educated and learn how to deal with their personnel as well as the public. So the training always continues to better equip police officers and to bring the department up to a higher standard, because the standard that we have is good, but there's always room for improvement.
And what would you say to your fellow officers who've just been promoted?
Well, congratulations, of course, and that the work continues, because not that you've reached the rank of a corporal, that means you'll become complacent, you know. They told us that since we're corporals, we're supposed to aspire to be sergeants. So even though we're in this capacity, we're supposed to think further ahead, and also to be fair with those persons who are under your command and motivate and inspire those persons with whom you work.
Since, and you mentioned it, the police is moving towards this new, a friendlier approach to policing. What appeal, if any, would you have for the community, those people that you will have to serve? I mean, you're trying on your end, the police, to be friendly with them. Would it be reciprocal that the community be friendly with you all?
Of course, we expect that the emotion be reciprocated, no? So whenever police officers would go around, because it takes a team effort, a community effort, no single police officer, unit or department can do the job on their own. So the same emotions, the same feelings, the same drive and determination and passion that we place in the community, we'd expect that same thing back from them. And also, we like for the community to hold us accountable because we do have a job to do and we have rules and regulations. So even though we're coming at you and we're asking you to be friendly with us, if it is that an event occurs where something that you're not pleased with, you have that right also to hold police officers accountable, because it's only in evaluating that we can become better.
Do you see yourself one day sitting in the commissioner's chair?
Most definitely. I mean, nobody gets into a race without thinking of completing it. So definitely I see myself in that position, as well as I believe any other officers. But I have the wherewithal, I believe, and I'm particularly determined to reach that rank.
According to the Chief Training Officer, Inspector Edlin Lorenzo, the Police Training Academy and the instructors are kept busy providing professional development training for law enforcement officers.
What happened is that we develop and enhance police officers' skills in professionalism, in integrity, in ethics, ensure that they become efficient and effective in their roles and function. We also work along and train other law enforcement organizations such as customs, security officers, special constables, and other law enforcement entities.
As a training officer, the chief training officer here, do you get to set out what is taught, and or can the different unit request professional development?
The different units and branches or institutions can request what they want to be taught to them, so we could tailor it through the director training and the commandant.
That sounds then that this training academy stays busy almost every day.
Well, we stay busy all the time, especially the instructors. We do a lot of research and updates as it regards to amendments of the law, but our primary function here is also to deal with recruits. So from the foundation up, we deal with that. As you can see right now, we're having the newly promoted corporals course. This is the second cohort. Last week we had the first cohort, and this week we have the second cohort, and I think that will be it until our recruitment training, which will come in on the 5th of June.
Inspector Lorenzo says that the new recruits will begin training on Sunday, June 8th. You're watching the 9 o'clock news. We will have more of the day's stories for you right after these messages.
Hi, I'm Chelsea Rain. I'd like to tell you about the biggest thing that hit the local real estate market, the Belize Real Estate Show. Whether you are a real estate agent or property owner looking to rent or sell your property, the Belize Real Estate Show can help. We offer high-quality production with stunning slideshows, voiceovers, cinematic videos, and even an extended walkthrough hosted by yours truly. Call the number on your screen and allow all our viewers to dream of renting or owning your property.
Welcome back to the 9 o'clock news. The Police United team, that's the football team, will play in the upcoming CONCACAF Champions League. Officials of the team will travel to Miami, Florida this weekend to take part in the draw to determine placement in the first round of the competition. Inspector Aaron Gamboa spoke with TNC News about the upcoming venture.
We travel Sunday because we go represent Belize and CONCACAF, right? And we go pick, we go do a lotto pick, right? For who we go, which team we're going to meet for the next, like the three, I think it's 3 game, right? We go to which 3 clubs or whatever we're going to meet. So that's why Sunday, Monday going to be picked. Sunday we leave, and Monday going to be picked sometime in the afternoon. So by the evening, all Belizean can put on Facebook. I know which team the Police United will be, which team will play.
As the person responsible for logistics and public relations for this team, is the Police United ready for the CONCACAF venture?
Well, sir, I tell you, like, police always ready. You notice police in a whole always ready, right? And we are start training. We'll get 3 foreigners, right? 3 foreigners, and we're going to start training sometime next week. June, the first week in June, we'll commence training, and we'll get a lot of team from. We'll try to get team from Guatemala. We'll try to get team from sometime in the Mexico side. We'll try to get teams so we can just only practice match, you know, so we could go and represent Belize and a better. You know how we could represent, because a very high level of football now. It's another how you call it, the PLB game now is bigger than PLB now. You know, so we're ready, really ready.
Now, you say that you're ready, but is there a particular team that you would rather face in this first leg of the tournament?
Right. Well, I really want to be the first one and be the first team to play Guatemala, right? Any team for the Guatemala. Then I really want to meet Rogeres from Honduras, the same on the team where Rogeres played. And I really want to meet our team from whatever, America or whatever, you know. The 3 teams. I don't want them for the Mexico right now, because I think a really hard team for Mexicans, a very hard team. But, you know, if God prevail, that's about to meet, we'll meet them.
You say you're bringing in international players. Right. Will you recruit locally from the other teams to try to strengthen the Police United team?
Well, to be truthful, this police team is so powerful that I don't think I really need much like an ex-player from other clubs. Because the team is a very powerful team. Like I say, we need some international players. We look for our goalkeeper, we look for our striker, and we look for our midfield. Because we have a Guatemalan also, right, with us. And so that's the team we look for right now.
What would you like to say to the Belizean public? Talk to them directly. I know you'll need their support on the way forward.
Right. Well, 100% man, I be really be truthful. I really want to come out and really give us support, right? And we want the best, and I know that we go represent. You know, no PLB now. It's a Belize we go represent. So I really want even like this school student or the public out there, give a $1 or a shilling or count, you know. And I really business people them. I know they help me, like Benny's they come in, you know, Belize Bank, and I really appreciate if more come in and like support the Police United team, because they are really expensive venue, you know, very expensive. So we need the help.
The last Belize football team to take part in the CONCACAF Champions League was Verdes FC in 2015. Verdes FC won 1 game, drew 1, and lost 2. The annual Walk for a Green Belize initiative was held last weekend, and depending on how you look at it, was another successful campaign. Volunteers from various organizations and the general public took part in the event, which involved cleaning both sides of the George Price Highway from Belize City to Benquevejo del Carmen. According to organizers of the event, close to 10,000 pounds of garbage was collected during the event. With data such as that, the Department of the Environment is reminding the public that littering is a violation of our laws, and anyone found breaking the law is liable to a fine of $100. A $500 fine is liable for any company or business found violating the littering law. Saturday's Walk for a Green Belize was held in commemoration of World Environment Day. It was organized jointly by the Department of the Environment, Belize Solid Waste Management Authority, and the Belize Audubon Society. The Ministry of Health announced on Wednesday that it has received another confirmed case of Zika in Belize. The confirmation came back from the Caribbean Public Health Agency, CARPHA, where Belize had sent samples for testing. According to an official release, the case is being closely monitored by the Ministry of Health staff, as the patient is a pregnant woman from the Cayo district. The official release says that the case was picked up through the heightened and strengthened vector-borne disease and vaccine-preventable disease surveillance, which now includes the monitoring of Zika, currently underway across the country. The Ministry of Health says it has collected a sample from another pregnant woman with symptoms of the virus. That sample will be sent to CARPHA for further testing. Vector control and public health officers along with staff from the epidemiology unit and the maternal and child health departments, are actively engaged with the community and are further scaling up efforts in the monitoring of Zika. The Ministry of Health continues to encourage the wider community to exercise control measures to prevent the further spread of Zika. There was a fire early this morning on West Street in San Ignacio Town. The early morning blaze gutted a building which housed Senaida's restaurant. An official report on the incident has not yet been released, but TNC News understands that authorities received a call about the fire just after 3 o'clock this morning. Within 10 minutes, firefighters were on the scene and proceeded to battle the blaze, keeping it from spreading to other structures in the area and preventing butane tanks at the restaurant from exploding. Authorities are pursuing all angles and their investigation of the fire is ongoing. This is the 9 o'clock news on the national channel. Still to come, a look at the weather. We'll be right back.
That deals only happen once a year or only on special occasions. Walk into any one of our central TV and internet offices to get free installation, free modems, and free MyTV subscriptions. Visit us whether you're in Belize City, Belmopan, San Ignacio, or Benque, or give us a call toll-free at 0800 Cable TV. Central TV and Internet. Bundle and save.
Bundle and save. Central TV and Internet.
It was another hot day across the country, and more of the same weather is in the forecast for the days ahead. Here is a look at what tomorrow's weather will be like. And that is a look at the weather with information provided by forecaster Michael Gentle at the Belize Weather Bureau. To finalize the news, here are the main points again. Cargo truck spills hundreds of sacks of cement in crash at the Iguana Creek Bridge. Early morning fire in San Ignacio Guts Restaurant on West Street, and newly promoted police corporals undergo professional development training. With the headlines, we end this edition of the 9 o'clock news. Thank you for joining us. I am Patrick Jones. Have a good evening and a good night.